What's going on, family? What's going on, everyone? Come on in. Come on in. Getting ready to go into some teaching tonight. Come on in. Invite your followers in. Invite your followers in. Invite your followers in. Come on in. Let's talk. It's good to see my Periscope family online. It's good to see you guys. Do me a favor, invite some more of your followers in. It's good to see my Facebook family online. Come on in, invite some more of your followers in. Share this and invite some more of your followers in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. I thought I'd come online and talk with you all. I was watching the Rockets game. I was watching the Houston Rockets play Golden State, but Houston is disappointing me right now. I'm still a Houston fan. We're going to pull through. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight, but we're going to pull through eventually. But I had to come online here and just share with you all. Just wanted to talk with y'all. Y'all do me a favor and share this. Tonight we're going to talk about the problem with dating a purpose-driven person. Yep, that's right. Tonight we're going to get down to some stuff. We're going to talk about the problem with dating a purpose-driven person. Yep. So y'all share this and invite as many of your followers in. And how I came about with this. I was laying in my bed. I've had a long week. We had a passing in our family, and so I had a long week, and I just been running back and forth. So today, I finally, after church today, I got a chance to just lay down and relax, and I was just laying there. I was thinking, just running through my thoughts. And I was thinking about my past experiences, past relationships, things of that nature. And I was thinking about what it takes for relationships to endure. Thinking about all of that. And as I'm thinking about relationships and what it takes for them to endure, what it takes for them, and I'm just setting some of my preferences here, what it takes for these relationships to endure, what it takes for relationships to go on through the ages, through the time. And I realized that one thing that stood out for me was I was always so frustrated in these relationships, because it's good to see y'all from Michigan. God bless you. That's where I'm from. I'm from Detroit. But I was always so frustrated in these relationships, in my relationships when I was dating, is because I was so misunderstood in those relationships. I was frustrated in those relationships because I was misunderstood in those relationships. And a lot of times in those relationships, I was looked at as being maybe bougie or arrogant, some of the terms that we like to use. I was looked at as that in those relationships. And the problem was, my biggest problem was, I knew I had a calling and a purpose in life. I knew I had a calling and a purpose in life. And not only that, but the environment I grew up in as a child, and I think my uncle is on here so he can attest to some of this, but the environment I grew up in and how I was reared up as a child, it demanded me to carry a level of excellence. It's good to see y'all. It demanded me to carry a level of excellence and accountability to maintain and carry my life and operate my life at a certain level. I was expected to operate my life with a certain level of excellence. I was expected to operate my life with integrity, things like that. And so I was held very much so accountable by those in my family when I didn't do that. Now, that's because they understood that I had purpose, I had a calling, and they understood that it was their job to help cultivate me until I could get into a place where I could manage it as an adult. And that's where a lot of us are. That's where a lot of us are. We're purpose-driven individuals. We know that we're here on the earth for a certain reason, for a certain cause. And that is a God-initiated, God-ordained purpose. That's something that he placed on the inside of us years ago. It's good to see Pastor Aaron McNair. God bless you, man. But that's something that he's engrafted into us years ago, before we were ever born, before we were ever conceived. That was something he put on the inside of us. And what I've grown to understand, just like Adam, the purpose was there before the woman got there. I struggled sometimes in dating because I knew that my purpose was there before the woman got there. And so the problem is, when you got something going on, it's good to see you, Mark. When you got something going on, when you got something about yourself, and you are somebody who's going to carry your life with excellence, you're somebody that's going to carry your life as if you are purpose-driven. The problem with that is there are three things that tend to happen when you enter into those relationships. It will cause frustration. If you're a man that is purpose-driven, that you're a man that is that knows that you're called and you're destined to do great things in this world, in this society, then it's going to cause some friction in your life if you don't have the right type of person with you, if you don't have the right woman with you. If you're a woman and you know that you have a purpose, you are called to do what do something great. Then it's going to cause you friction. It's going to cause you friction if you don't have the right man in your life. It's going to cause you friction if you don't have the right brother by your side or the right man by your side. It's going to cause you more of a headache. I was talking to my mother the other day, and I told her, I said sometimes I was talking to her about some things from the past, and some of the silly and stupid mistakes I made over the past and the years and everything. And I said, sometimes the Lord gives you, he gives you the woman that you need instead of the woman that you want. That's at the time, he gives you what and you don't really appreciate it until you mature, until you go through life and you realize, okay, I need this. I wanted this in the past, but I need this. Your taste has to change. The taste you acquire, it has to change. It has to mature. But what happens when you are purpose-driven, there are three major things. There are three major things that happen when you are a purpose-driven individual. I hope you all share this. Invite as many of your followers in as possible. Number one, the first thing that happens when you're dating someone and you're a purpose-driven individual, one of the problems that arises is, watch this, they become intimidated by your standard of excellence. They become intimidated by your standard of excellence. Now watch this. Your standard of excellence and desire to operate your life at a successful level intimidates them. And in order for them to bring you down to their level, they will specialize in being critical of you. If you're in that relationship with that man and he is overly critical of you, it could be because he's intimidated by you. And if he's intimidated by you, the only way that he can bring you down to where he wants to operate his life at, or where he thinks that you should operate your life at, the only way that he can bring you down is simply by criticizing everything that you do. It's because he's intimidated by you. It's because he's intimidated by you. And it's his assignment, watch this, to deflect his insecurity of not being on your level back at you. Same thing for a woman. Same thing for a man. If that woman is not on your level, she will be overly critical of who you are. Nitpick, find little reasons, find little things to talk about you. Blame this and that on you. Blame this and that on you. A person in your life, when they're being overly critical, I'm not talking about constructive criticism, like telling you this is the problem, but this is the solution, or this is a problem for you. I see that as a problem for you. That could even become a problem for you, but this is your way how you should deal with it, or this is the way out. This is the solution to that. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just straight up ridicule. There is a big difference. There is a big difference from tearing somebody down on a regular basis. And most of the time, and we see this in relationships with men, when men, that are intimidated by women. We see this a lot of times when a woman operates up here. When she's trying to operate up here, it's good to see you, Dad. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been busy, so I hope you're doing well. But we see this a lot of times with a woman who is operating her life up here. That man, because he cannot rise to the occasion, because he cannot come up here, because he cannot meet her where she's at in life, he will ridicule her. He will criticize her. He will do everything in his power to bring her down. And watch this. When a person has gotten inside of your mental space, when they have gotten inside of your psychology, and you start to believe everything that they say about you, you have just stepped into the place where now you're living out what they want you to live out. You're now living out their idea of you. You're now living out their concept of who you need to be or who you are. One relationship I had in the past, the relationship was, I was trying to function my life. I was building my life. I was trying to, really move to the next place, move to the next dimension. And the lady was overly critical in the relationship of me. And someone pointed it out to me. I think the leader at the time, they pointed it out to me. The right person, watch this, the right person will push you and propel you. There may be some constructive criticism along the way, but they will push you and propel you. But the wrong person, if you allow them to stay and exist in your life, and they are intimidated by you, they are intimidated by your standard of excellence, they will hinder you. They will hinder you. Are you hearing me? They're not necessarily intimidated in what you bring to the table or what you offer or what you can offer them, what you can do for them. They are intimidated by your standard of excellence, how you do things, how you operate, how you carry yourself. And my spiritual father, he's on here actually. He tells us all the time that a man, if he's in his rightful place, if he's in his right position, he has no business or no right. He has no business or right being intimidated by a woman. In fact, you should want that woman to be on her A game. You should want that woman to be top notch. You should want that woman to be as strong as you are. You should want that woman to be all those things. That was the virtuous woman. And guess what? He didn't have to worry. Her husband, he didn't have to worry about anything because she said, don't worry about it. I got this. She helped him maintain and dominate. All right, that's enough of that. But number one, they become intimidated by your standard of excellence, how you carry yourself, how you operate in life, because you refuse to settle for garbage, because you refuse to, be, that's right. Weak men always work to work. Not even do they work, Dad. I think they work overtime. They work overtime to break down a strong woman. Instead of embracing her, they work overtime to break down a strong woman. And they will never be satisfied until they get her on his level or on their level. Y'all share this, invite this in. Y'all not gonna like me tonight, but that's okay. Y'all share this and invite someone in. But they have become intimidated by your standard and by your excellence. And side note, for you men that are strong, don't be intimidated by a stronger woman. A strong man needs a strong woman. A strong man needs a strong woman. You need somebody that's able to carry that weight with you and shoulder that load with you. Let me go ahead and move on. All right, number two. They misunderstand your being, who you are, what you're here to do, what you are called to do, what God has constructed you to do. They misunderstand that. That's right. Would not have to do anything less. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. Then watch this. They misunderstand your being. When you're a purpose-driven person, watch this. There is so much, understand this, when you're a purpose-driven person or when you're dealing with a purpose-driven person, there is so much potential fighting. It's fighting to burst out of the individual. It's fighting to burst out of the woman. It's fighting to burst out of the man. It's fighting to burst out of them. And it mostly comes in the form of ideas and concepts. That's why people that are purpose-driven are always thinking of a new idea. They're always thinking about a new concept. And usually that's why they're always creating this foundation, or they're always creating this vision, or they're always getting ready to write this book. They're always doing this. They're always doing that. They seem like they're busy because they're trying to find ways to funnel those ideas and concepts. However, when you date a person that is purpose-driven, this is why I say it, ladies, again, you can't be with the man. You cannot be with the man. You cannot be with the man who is intimidated by you. That's why, you got to be careful in this area, because guess what? When you're with the person who is purpose-driven, when you're with the person that is purpose-driven, they are going to find ways. They're going to find witty inventions to help them funnel their ideas, help them funnel their concepts. All right? And the biggest problem that I've seen with purpose-driven people, watch this, is that the people that are connected to them, that the people that are next to them, that special someone that they have in their life, they misunderstand those ideas. They misunderstand their vision. They misunderstand their concepts. They misunderstand them and misunderstand them and just push them off as just sheer ego and ambition. They push them off as just sheer ego and ambition. And they usually, that's why it's hard for purpose-driven people to coexist in certain relationships with certain people. It's hard for a woman who is, yes, y'all share this, invite as many people in as possible. It's hard for a woman, and I don't know why I'm speaking so much to women, because maybe it's because women go through so much oppression in this area. But it's hard for a woman who is an entrepreneur or who's purpose-driven. It's hard for her sometimes to be in that relationship with that man, to date that man, because while she's trying to find ways of doing this and doing that, while she's trying to find ways to increase wealth, while she's trying to find ways of taking them to the next level, taking them to the next dimension, while she's trying to find ways to do different things, the problem is this: you look at her as if she's overly aggressive. Or you treat her as if she's doing too much. You treat her as if she's just, she's going overboard. No, she's not going overboard. She's trying to get to the next level. She's trying to progress. He's not doing too much. She's just trying to progress. He's trying to get to the next level. And just somebody just said it, just like a crab, you keep holding them back. You keep holding them back, trying to pull them back, pull them down. Because you have misunderstood who they are. You misappropriate who they are. You misunderstand who they are. Because you do not identify with who she is. Because you do not identify with who he is. See, it's difficult. It's difficult for a person that has no purpose to be with, or rather not has any purpose, who does not know their purpose. It's difficult for a person who does not know their purpose to be in a relationship with a person, to date a person who knows their purpose, who is purpose-driven, who's on the right track, who knows that they have a destination and they're going to work hard to get there. It's hard for them to be in a relationship with that type of person. because the two are unevenly matched. They're always going to be fighting. They're always going to be fighting for a flow. They're always going to be fighting for a flow. And you don't have time. You don't have time. That's right. They're unbalanced. You don't have time to fight, continuously spending all your life, all your time, all your resources to fight for a flow with a person who ain't even attached to your destiny. Let me say it again. You don't have time to be spending all your resources, all your finances, all your energy fighting with a person that's not attached to your destiny. When all they are a distraction to what you need to be doing. All that energy, all that time, all those resources you spend in putting it into making things work with them, making things, figure things out with them, trying to get things on the right track with them. You could be putting that into a business. You could be putting that into building some type of wealth. You could be putting that into writing a book. You could be putting that into something like that. Y'all not going to like me, but it's the truth. You got to watch. You got to watch people around you that are not purpose driven. And if you're not going to be purpose driven, if you're not going to be purpose driven, don't try to hinder mine. If you're not going to be purpose driven, then don't try to hinder mine. All right, I got to go. Let me recap for you. Number one, when you're dealing with a purpose-driven person, it can be difficult to date a purpose-driven person. Why? Because most of the time, people become intimidated by their standard of excellence. That's number one. Number two, their being, who they are, is misunderstood. All right? All right, and then last, and I'm done. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out your way. Number one, they misdiagnose. People tend to misdiagnose your confidence for arrogance. Y'all share this. Invite some more of your followers in. They will misdiagnose your confidence for arrogance. All right? Now watch this. Most purpose-driven people understand that when opportunity finds them, and they've prepared for that opportunity, they understand that it demands a level of poise to arise to the occasion. All right? A purpose-driven person tends to know what they are. They tend to know. They tend to know what they are, what they're called to do. They tend to know what they are, what they're called to do. They tend to know what they're capable of. They tend to know what their strengths are. And watch this. They tend to lean heavily on their strengths until they have improved their weaknesses. However, watch this. When dating a person who is not confident in their own strengths, they can look at your self-awareness or your self-consciousness. They can look at that and confuse it with arrogance. They can confuse it with arrogance. A man who is not comfortable, who is not secure in his own strengths and what he brings to the table, will see a woman who is successful, who's building something for herself, who is structured. He will see that woman as a threat, and he will say she's too bougie, she's too stuck up, or she's high maintenance. No, that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. She knows who she is. She knows what she's capable of doing. She knows what she's called to do, what she's designed to do. And so she's doing just that. But because you're not secure in the fact of who you are, because you're not secure in what you're capable of doing, because you refuse to lean on your strengths while you improve your weaknesses, you misdiagnose her confidence for arrogance. You misdiagnose her confidence for she's just stuck up. No, don't talk to her. She bougie. No, don't talk to her. She's she be doing too much. You misdiagnose her. And again, the cycle continues. In order to bring her down to your level, what happens is you start becoming critical of her. You start becoming critical of her because she is conscious of who she is, because she's made a decision to rise to the occasion. Now, what you don't know about this is that same man or that same woman that has the confidence that she needs to get the job done, that confidence she needs to rely on her strengths and weaknesses, that confidence that she needs. What you don't know is this, that it took years of her spending her time, him spending his time, building his confidence, building her confidence. It took years. Before you even ever came into the picture, it took years for them to build their confidence, for them to build their confidence and know what they were capable of doing, know what they could do, and rely heavily on that. It took me years. It took me years to build my confidence. It took me years. I had to spend time building me. I had to spend time building my confidence. I had to spend time, getting to know what I could do, what I was capable of doing. And guess what? To this day, I lean heavily on my strengths while I improve my weaknesses. I lean heavily on those things. It took years because I understand I'm purpose driven. I have a purpose. I need those tools and those strengths to get to where I am. But I refuse to allow anybody to enter into my life that is going to diminish them. And I refuse to allow myself to be around anyone. When I was dating, I refused to allow myself to enter into a relationship. I had already gone through that. I refused to allow myself to exist in a relationship that diminished my confidence, that diminished who I was, that diminished what I had going on, that diminished my intellect. You're not going to make me feel like I'm crazy 24/7. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to make me feel like I'm crazy 24/7. You're not going to make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about 24/7. You're not going to make me feel like I'm just all over the place, like I'm unstable. You're not going to make me feel like that. You'll see the exit sign before I allow you to take over this up here. You'll see the exit sign before I allow you to take over this up here. Before I allow you to invade my mental space and take up residence in an area that you don't belong in. I hope y'all sharing this. I hope y'all inviting someone in to watch this, get this teaching tonight. I hope it is blessing y'all. But I spent years building the confidence I needed to walk in my purpose, to carry out who I was, to put myself in a place where I could be successful. A purpose-driven person. You cannot allow yourself to enter into a relationship that diminishes your confidence and assurance that your life will be successful. You cannot allow yourself to enter into those type of relationships. They can be costly. See, your confidence in knowing who you are, it is essential. It is essential to you carrying out your vision. It's what keeps you poised under pressure, because pressure is associated to destiny. Pressure is associated to purpose. It is what it is. It's associated. No one has ever walked out their purpose, entered into destiny, and had to deal with no level of ambiguity or pressure. Said no one. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But your confidence will allow you to stand while all hell is breaking loose around you, while the situation is very stressful. Your confidence in leaning on your strengths will allow you to stand in the middle of all the chaos, all the confusion, all the stressful times. It will allow you to stand while the pressure is weighing on you. But you can't do that. You can't stand effectively like you need to. You can't stand with courage. You can't stand effectively like you need to when you got someone pulling at the back of you telling you, oh, you're doing too much. Or, oh, girl, you're doing too much. You need to sit back. Bless you, Pastor. How you doing, man? You can't be the woman that he's called you to be when you got that man pulling at the back of you telling you need to sit down somewhere. You're doing too much. Or he's doing things to circumvent who you are and where you're going. You can't be where you need to be. If you got that woman behind you that is pulling at you, that is ridiculing you, that's making fun of your plans, all that type of stuff, you can't be that. True story. I dated a long time ago. I dated a woman who would make fun of how I preached. She would make fun of how I preached. She would talk about all of it, my breathing, all that type of stuff, how I preached. And we definitely, that definitely moved on. But it did something to me. It did something to me because in my mind, I was just like, how? It made me a little conscious at times. Because I'm like, I was aware of like, oh man, I'm doing it now. I'm breathing crazy and everything. And then once I got out of a relationship, I was just like, all right, I get it. This is who I am. This is who I am when I preach. This is who I am. Now, yeah, I've evolved in my preaching now and everything, but this is who I am. And if you can't embrace or accept who I am, then that's too bad. But this is who I am. Take it or leave it. I almost titled this message, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. Because you don't have time to spend your life. I told you this earlier. You don't have time. You don't have time. You don't have the resources to keep changing yourself and keep changing things about yourself to impress somebody else. Let me tell you something. God bless you, Elder. Let me tell you something. I'm almost 30. I am who I am now. I'm evolving as a person, but some things about me just that they are who they are. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be who I am. And you either take that or leave that. If you don't want to be my friend, that's fine. You don't have to be. There's plenty of people I'm sure that will want to be my friend down the road or something like that. But if you don't want to connect with them, that's fine. Because I'm pretty sure that there are people out there that will connect with me. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to customize my personality to fit your requirements. I'm not going to customize my personality, who I am, to fit your demand, to fit what's acceptable to you. I'm not going to lower who I am because you refuse to come up. I'm not going to change this and that about myself and put all these demands on my personality for a person that's not attached to my destiny. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. You want to know why? Because the reality is this: you're here for a season, but this is eternal. You're here for a season, and this is long term. You got to learn to accept me for who I am. And what I've come to understand is those people that accept you for who you are, that embrace you for who you are, they embrace you where you're at, they embrace you for who you are. Ladies, this is important for you, that man that embraces you for who you are. Fellas, that woman that embraces you for who you are. What I've learned is when those people embrace you for who you are and they accept you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the attitude, all of that stuff, and they still want to be connected to you, those are the people that you keep in your life. Those are the people that you keep around you. Someone just I seen a post the other day. I think my spiritual mom is on here somewhere. I think she might have reposted it somewhere. But some people are with you only to get from you what they want. Some people are only with you to get from you what they want. And then there are some people that only want you. There are some people that are only with you so they can get what they want from you. But then there are other people that are associated and attached to your life because they just want you. They just want you. They don't want anything else. They just want you. They like you the way that they are. They understand this is where you live your life. This is how you function. They okay with that because they live their life here. They don't have no problem rising the case. They understand that. You don't have to come down for me. You don't have to do this for me. You don't have to, no. You don't have to do all of that for me. I'm ready for who you are. When you get to that place, then when you find someone and they already accept that your life is here, you operating your life here, you're operating with this level of excellence. When you understand that, when you get to that place in your relationships, then I could say you might be considering marriage, something like that. Then you might say that. A lot of us, we enter into relationships, we enter into marriages, things like that, with people who cannot even accept and embrace who we are. I am who I am, take it or leave it. I hope y'all get that. A lot of us, we enter into relationships, we enter into covenant with people who cannot even embrace where and who we are. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to be with a purpose-driven person. It's very difficult. They are misunderstood. They are misappropriated. They are misdiagnosed. Some people just, they got a lot going on in them that's trying to get out of them. They got a lot of purpose on the inside of them that's trying to get out of them, that's fighting to get out of them. And if you don't handle them correctly, watch this, you may just miss out on them. And when you miss out on them, you don't just miss out on them, you miss out on the success that comes with them. You miss out on the success that comes with them. Truth be told, there's a saying, you went shooting with me in the gym. Truth be told, everybody can't shoot with you in the gym. Everyone just can't shoot with you in the gym. I know you want everyone to be able to shoot with you in the gym, but everybody can't shoot with you in the gym. Some people can't even shoot at all. All right, listen, I'm done. Let me get on out of here. But listen, I want to share this with you all. I want to leave this with you all. June 19th through the 21st. June 19th through the 21st. I want you guys to get ready for Innovate. That's right. It's our Holy Convocation. Holy Convocation. I want you to get ready. Bishop R.C. Blake's and the FOCFI family, we are going to invade New Orleans, Louisiana. That's right. We're going to be in New Orleans June 19th through the 21st. I want you to visit our website. It's www.focfi.org. Get there, get your registration done. It is going to be an awesome time. We've got daily tracks. We got stuff going on each and every day. We got stuff for them young emerging leaders. We got something for the pastors and the leaders. Bishop Henry Ballard is doing that. We've got stuff going on for the women, Sisters Winning in Ministry, Swim. Bishop and First Lady are going to be conducting that. You want to be there. We got something going on for those that are in music, that are aspiring to be in music. Bishop Dave Hollister, that's right. Y'all know him as Dave Hollister. Yes, he is going to be with us. He is going to be there doing that track, conducting that seminar as well. You want to be there. You want to be there for that. And then in the daytime sessions, we have Bishop Mark Moore. He's going to be speaking. In the nighttime, we have Pastor John Hanna from Chicago, Illinois. That's right. If you never heard John Hanna, you are in for a treat. We've got Bishop Daryl Hines. He's going to be there. And then our very own Bishop R.C. Blake's, he is going to be closing us out. So you want to get to Innovate this year. It's going to be bananas. It's going to be crazy. You want to get to Innovate this year. All right. It's June 19th through the 21st. You need to go ahead and register. Register now. Register now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Register now. All right. The registration is only $29. VIP is $49. You want to register. Register. Take care of your rooms now. I believe everything is starting to fill up faster. It's starting to fill up now. You want to get there. You want to get there. Don't sit and say, man, you don't want to be sitting and watching this stuff streaming and everything saying, I should have been there. I should have went there. You want to get to innovate this year. Get to innovate, all right? I wish I could get somebody to post that on my page. Get to innovate. Get to innovate. That's right, get to innovate. Go to www.focfi.org. Get there. Go ahead and register. Get your hotel information. Book your hotel now. Register right now, all right? Lastly, I'm getting ready to get out of here. But I want you guys, thank you. Y'all did it on Periscope. That's right. They did it on Facebook as well. Get to innovate. Get there. Get there. June 19th through the 21st in Louisiana. We coming. We're coming. We finna light. It's getting ready to be lit. All right. Lastly, visit my website. It's www.jlsmithglobal.com. You'll see all types of stuff there. I got some messages up there. I got some other videos up there. Visit my website. Contact me. We did the 72 hours of prayer, and a lot of you were able to email me, and we took your prayer requests, and I was praying at the altar at the church in Houston over those prayer requests. Few of you that sent those in. It was an awesome time. God really spoke, and I believe that God is going to do something for you. But I want you to visit my website. It's jlsmithglobal.com. Also, visit my YouTube page. Periscope family, go to my YouTube page. And Facebook family, go to my YouTube channel. It's JL Smith. Visit my YouTube channel. This video and other videos just like it will be there. What I want you to do is when you go to my YouTube page, don't just look at the videos. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification symbol so you can stay up to date with this video and more just like it, all right? Visit my website and visit my YouTube page. Also, follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Periscope. My Instagram is officially JL Smith. You can get there. Everybody asks me what the J in my name stands for. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling everybody. But get to my Instagram page, get to my Facebook page. I have a public figure page on Facebook. Go ahead. I need your likes. Send me your likes. Visit me. Go ahead and message me. Whatever. Message me, so you can send the inbox and all that stuff. If I have the time, I'm going to get back with you. But go ahead, visit my website as well. Visit it. They got the Prophets blog there. Just get there. Connect with me. But whatever you do, subscribe to my YouTube page. I want to get those numbers up, and you guys are going to help me make that possible. All right? You're my family. I love every last one of you. And I want to recap. Number one, when you are a purpose-driven person, always remember that it may become difficult because they are intimidated by your standard of excellence. And you may even see problems with them misunderstanding your being, who you are. All right? And they even may misdiagnose your confidence for arrogance. But at the end of the day, be who you are. Be who you are called to be. Be who you are designed to be. You were created to be who you are. You are wonderfully and beautifully made in His image. All right, I love you guys. I got to get out of here. But I hope I said something that blessed you guys. Remember, visit my channel. It's JL Smith. Visit me on YouTube and hit subscribe, all right? And visit my website, www.jlsmithglobal. I love you guys, and I will talk to you all soon.